What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Corsair Dark Core RGB SE wireless gaming mouse paired with the MM1000 Qi charging mousepad. Kicking off 2018 is Corsair with their wireless peripheral lineup. Don't worry, I'm dropping my K63 wireless keyboard video very soon. But today for the mouse and mousepad, focusing on the pros, the cons, all the good stuff in case you're interested in picking up this duo or if you want to find out more. So first up, let's take a look at the mouse. Personally, I think it looks really nice. Definitely a good 2018 modern look. Most of the mouse itself is covered in a matte plastic, but you'll see where your palm sits and on the left thumb grip, you have this slight raised bump texture. That's also a matte material, but it feels very soft. This is to help improve your grip and also cut down if you have like sweaty hands or sweaty palms while you're gaming. I, for one, am a big fan of the design. Now, taking a look, you also have some extra side buttons here. You'll see on the left side where your thumb sits, there is a relatively large button here, and that's gonna be the sniper button. Now, we first saw the sniper button on the M65 a few years ago, and what I hated about that mouse was that it was too far up. They've since made revisions, and now that DPI button for the sniper button is perfectly right where my thumb sits. Huge fan of that. Obviously really great for lowering your DPI so you can get much more precise aiming and shots when you're playing some FPS games or whatever. You also have your forward and backward button embedded directly into the side of that. You have your DPI switcher on the top right next to your left mouse click, a profile switcher under the mouse wheel. And you're also gonna have a little section where these three little dots are to let you know what DPI setting you're at and also which profile you're on. That can all be set up and changed in the software. But in terms of just ergonomics and layout, for me, it is a damn near perfect mouse. It fits my hand great. I'm more of like a palm grip kind of guy, and for me, like I said, with the sniper button, it is just a perfect fit for my thumb, and it feels really good. They also include inside the box a modular magnetic side grip for the right side of the mouse in case you want to switch it up. They have a more slimmer profile one that fits in unison with the mouse, and one that has a little extra fin on the end. Doesn't make a huge difference, honestly. I guess that's gonna depend on your grip. Now, I don't wanna spend too much time on this at all because it's like beating a dead horse, but yes, we have some RGB lighting zones here. Nothing you haven't seen. What I like here is it's not obnoxious, it's pretty scaled back. You have some lighting on the scroll wheel, the Corsair logo itself, around the sniper button, and then very slightly on the back sides, there's these two little, very small strips. You know the drill, you can change it up in the software, pick it to pulse different colors, or pick it to be a static color. It's RGB in 2018, you know damn well by now what the whole routine is. So flipping it over, they're using their 16,000 optical DPI sensor here. And since it's a wireless gaming mouse, that's obviously gonna be a pretty key component. Underneath that, you have your on and off switch. And then next to that are the two wireless connection settings. You can have it either Bluetooth on the right side or switch it to the left side for a 2.4 gigahertz connection with just a 1 millisecond response time. And again, with gaming peripherals, whether you're playing competitively online or just playing with your friends, but you're into a lot of FPS games, having a very low response time is going to be key for wireless peripherals because you don't want to be lagging, have any sort of input lag. So 1 millisecond at the 2.0 gigahertz connection is definitely good. But are there any issues with that? Can we actually use this for online competitive gaming? Hold on just 1 minute. And with that 2.4 gigahertz connection, they also include a wireless USB receiver, which you would then plug into an available USB slot on your PC or laptop, so you can have that direct connection. And now real quick, switching gears to the MM1000 wireless Qi charging mousepad, because these pretty much go hand in hand. The design and layout is going to be very similar to what you saw with their MM800 Polaris RGB mousepad. It is a hard texture surface, so that means it is not like a cloth mousepad that you might be used to, but this thing definitely just glides when I'm using it. Now on the back side of the mousepad where you have your cable, you have an available USB slot. Obviously you can plug in whatever you want here, but if you're picking up the Dark Core RGB mouse, it would be a no-brainer that you plug in the receiver there, knock out two birds with one stone. But now let's talk the Qi charging capabilities in the MM1000. You're gonna notice a little circle in the top right-hand corner, and that's where the wireless charging is embedded. But the trick here is getting that mouse placed on the charger just right so it works. It is tough at first to find that sweet spot, but my advice to you is gonna be place the back side of the mouse on the circle. Instinct's gonna tell you to, place the mouse perfectly on the center of the circle there, but that won't work. You have to put the butt on the actual circle for it to start charging. And once it is, the mouse will pulse in these white LED lights, let you know the charging is beginning. You're also gonna notice a little green LED on the mouse pad itself. That's gonna light up to let you know when your mouse is charging too. But what is really helpful here and also uses cheat charging is your smartphone most likely. If you place your phone on that circle, it too will now start wirelessly charging for you. But if your phone doesn't have, that capability, that's 100% okay because Corsair has you covered. In the box, they include a wireless charging puck with micro USB, USB Type-C, and lightning port adapters. So you can plug this into your phone regardless of what it is, and then you can place it on the MM1000 to start charging wirelessly. I think that is a really heads up play from Corsair, definitely appreciated, and say you lose one of these or something, they also sell them separately. So now when you're at your desk setup, you can charge your phone while you're gaming and charge your mouse when you're in your downtime. Pretty solid stuff. Okay, Random Frank P, that's great, shut up and actually talk about how these work. And thankfully, since I've been doing these reviews for a while, when it comes to switching to a new mouse and adjusting to that, I've gotten pretty good at lowering that adjustment period down. And I've been using this duo for the past, 2 weeks. And, I got right back into the flow with things, all different parts of games. I was locked in. It was great. Got the sniper button down pack. So, those quick moments in PUBG. A lot of times I test mice with CSGO. I'll plug in like an aim tester and just go away at that. And with this, everything was great. Very accurate. And I did not, well, I don't think I did, notice any single difference from using a wired mouse to the wireless version here. However, this is where some questions start to come into play. I've seen on a lot of forums, a lot of people talking to me about issues they've had when using this wireless mouse on Bluetooth and the 2.4 gigahertz connection. I haven't noticed any problems when I was using it on the Bluetooth, but since I'm using this for gaming, I always have it on a 2.4 gigahertz connection at all times pretty much. And I did notice some slight hiccups. I didn't notice any lag, I'll say, like I'm pressing it and a second later, then the action will go in the game. But what I noticed was kind of like a strange buildup where it would just freeze for a second, and then all the actions I was performing during that time it was frozen, then it would do like in a quick millisecond. That was definitely annoying, and obviously for a gaming peripheral, that is a huge problem. But what was also even more annoying is that wouldn't be fixed until I had to completely unplug the wireless receiver and then plug it back in. What? Now you have to remember, this is a brand new product that just came out, and literally the day I wrote this script up to talk to you guys about it in this review, they already released a new firmware so you can upgrade your mouse, or update it in a sense, in an attempt to really fix those lag and connection issues. But for me, it wasn't happening frequently. It was maybe like once every hour, if so. Hopefully it got fixed. But again, with a new product like this, yes, give it some time. By the time you're watching this now, it's probably been fixed. And I assume a lot of the newer ones that they're shipping out are gonna have that firmware updated, so you're not gonna have those issues. But let's hope. I did need to point that out though. So wrapping both product duos up in pros and cons, for me the pros, very ergonomic, feels great in my hands, love the way it looks, you have the LED lights if you like that kind of thing, and the sensor for the most part is very accurate and quick, minus those slight issues with the little firmware update and the sensor kind of lagging out for some people, but again, hopefully that's fixed. And again, just gotta reiterate, I'm definitely a huge fan of them including the wireless charging dongles for you. Regardless if your phone has wireless charging built in or not, now you can do it with the mouse pad. Really big fan of that. One con I did want to bring up is, like I said before, it is kind of finicky when it comes to using that charging pad. And going along with that, I'm definitely more of a guy who likes to have a soft cloth mouse pad while I'm gaming. I've used the hard texture like that in the past on different mouse pads. It's just not for me, really. I'm sure there's some kind of issues when it comes to wireless charging and using cloth, so I'd like to see a possible variant come out in the future if you can also have the cheat charging built in. Another quick note real quick is the battery life itself in the mouse is gonna be, I believe they said 24 hours. So not a full calendar day 24 hours, but 24 actual gaming hours. But since you have the cheat charging built in, you shouldn't ever run out of battery. That wouldn't make any sense. Use the product as it's intended to. But that also brings up another point, is the Duo itself. So the Dark Core RGB SE is $90, but the regular Dark Core RGB is $80. That does not have any of the wireless charging capabilities. And then also the mouse pad itself is $80 itself. So you get the best of the best together, the Duo, and I believe that comes to like what, $170, something like that. So that's kind of pricey for a mouse and a mouse pad duo there. But again, if you need something like this that has wireless charging built in, and is gonna be able to replace your old wired peripherals if you don't want this anymore. This is gonna be a pretty solid option. Just hopefully the firmware knocks out all the lag and connection issues so you can be using wireless peripherals for all your competitive and online gaming from here moving forward. So altogether, pretty solid stuff, and shout out to Corsair, hopefully for fixing that issue in the first few days. So if you guys like my review of the products, let me know by giving this video a big thumbs up to show your support. If you want to check them out, I'll have both the products listed down below for you. If you have any questions, you can feel free to hit me up and follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Well, I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.